We start in this position. You all know this from the Tai Chi people know this movement very well, yeah? Now I circle with the upper hand down, and I pick up the lower hand, and they both pull around the body to the other side. From here, my lower hand circles in the frame and the roundness of the upper hand, and from here it becomes a vertical circle and both hands into Lü, pulling down. They reverse on the body and come back like the tidal water. Yeah? From here we turn the hands again. We keep always the side of the front leg, yeah, is the upper arm, and this is also in this position the case. And then you can follow me. The upper hand drops down circular, and the lower hand turns the fingertips to the upper hand. Like this, they make a half circle around the body until you're on the other side. Here now, how I call this hand? Huh? Yeah, the hand that is behind the movement, exactly, yeah, thank you, follows in the roundness of the upper arm, and from here it pulls with the upper arm together down into a Lü movement. On the belly, they reverse in a circular way up to the chest, and circular push out. Now the right hand circles down, and we pull around the body. The right hand circles now inside the arm, and then from here down vertical to the belly. From the belly we circle up the middle line to the chest, and from the chest out back to the left side. And again, left hand is on top, right hand is on bottom. Yeah, this story, this hand position has a story. I was always called, it's like a tea position. And I was like, how is this connected with drinking tea? Until I understood one day it's the letter T. Yeah, it looks like the letter T. My weight shifts from side to side. Always my pelvis shifts ahead of the arms. And like this, we learn now to create nice center circle movements, while the arms swing along in chain movements. Also, yin and yang chain movements into the body, chain movements out of the body. So the principle is the same that we learn here as in step 5. But we start to learn other energies of movement. We have a Tsai, unplugging energy, Lü, pulling energy, Ji, pressing energy. Also, this step teaches us how to orbit in always perfect circles. So don't pull the arms here linear to the other side. Circle out of the body, around the body. And then see how one circle perfectly transfers into the other circle. How a horizontal circle can become a vertical circle without cutting it. So this is something very fundamental in Tai Chi that we need to become very good with. Understanding how to transform, create circle movement. This is why we call this principle perfect circle. Every movement is part of a perfect circle. What I also like about the step is that you really can look at your wrist and fingers also. Yeah? See that your wrists and fingers become part of these chain movements. You have them alive, but they are very soft. Like water. And your body is a bit like a tree that swings in the wind. Very stable, aligned in its structure, but also very calmly following the wind, making the branches swing. And then we will do it one more time together and add the last part of it. Again, pull from the right to the left, from the left down to the center, and from the center out to the left again. Now, let the elbows drop, let the shoulders drop first. Yeah? Shoulders drop, elbows drop, and the wrists open, so the palms look up. And then we open the hands around a meter distance. Yeah? The left hand goes a bit forward and the right hand is not passing the line of the shoulder. From here, the hands circle towards us like you hold a ball, and then you carry the ball down to your belly and up into a push. And we are back in the beginning position. We circle from the left to the right, from the right, circular down to the center, from the center, circular out to the right again. And now it's also a chain movement. Shoulders drop, elbows drop, and the palms look up. We circular move into this opening motion to the front and back. Yeah, so the arms go away of us and back to the left shoulder. And then from here the palms start to take contact, circle together down, and in the upward movement they point away from us. A few more details to look on, yeah, and we'll take it in a second into step work also. But just before we do that, look, there's so much inside. First of all, now most of you do this good, but with the time you need to find how this is not one timing. I said before it's one time, but it's not true. It's actually, if in basic level, I want people to move in one timing, but the more you practice this, the more you will see it's actually like right, left, and then left, right, yeah, right. Like there's timing between the arms, different timings, and they communicate through a soft chest. And this is then the next part. You need to, in the whole step, you need to find this like not exaggerating, like like maybe like this. This you can do maybe in the evening when you go dancing, but no, like you don't want to show this too much, but it is visible. It is visible that there is movement inside my body, and that the hands, they communicate with each other, and this is how they can both have different timings. Yeah, they're not one thing. It's two animals that move, and each animal has its own life, and yet they are connected through the center here. Yeah, and this is what you need to look for, and then it will also make much more this like here, moving through your spine, not like this. Yeah. But I'm actually looked also good, no? No, but it's like liquid inside your body, and this makes this much more alive. And it's not like I have to plan the timings of my arms. And then it's my whole. I get like, oh, which arm first, and then no, it happens naturally because I give the space in my spine, in my body, that my arms suddenly want to move in their own timing. Yeah, and this is what you need to find there. Then it's another level of stepping.
They're actually coming from the center.
The center, yeah. The center brings the movement out, but then, because the way is different, long, yeah. Until my center arrived, this arm is different, long way than this arm, yeah. This is why this arm will be maybe later the movement, like really arriving to the very end. But also then it's what is happening. As I always say, in a harmonic system, there is no guiding anymore. Yeah, everything guides each other. Like maybe my center is the general that gives the command, but then also the units, they start to influence the general, and they start to influence each unit by itself. Yeah. So my left arm starts to talk with my right arm. My right arm starts to talk with my left arm. They both start to talk with the center, and all together they create harmony. And then you don't know anymore where the movement starts and where it stops. It started here, yes, but it will not feel like this at a certain point anymore, because it's everything alive, and everything is constantly in movement, like when you look in nature. Always the best example. You will not say, the whole chain of food chain started here, or the egg was before the the chicken. Yeah, no, it's just one thing. It's belong together, and this is here the same. There is nowhere beginning and ending anymore. Okay, now this with steps. I mean, the beginning is exactly the same, just that your back heel is open. And please do a genbu. Yeah, genbu is not this. This is dingbu. My knees are together and on one point. Genbu is when my front leg is a bit more ahead than the rear leg. My heel is up and my knee goes out. So there is clear space between my legs. There's clear front and back. Gen means following step. Yeah. So and ding means point step. But this is why it's not a point step, it's a following step. It's just about following, and if my knee is forward, I have no stability for this. Yeah? If my knee is open, it's much more stable and makes much more sense. Yeah? But it looks very similar, and this is why in the 36 people always want to do this in all the postures. Yeah? And then it takes longer to correct that. If you understand what is a genbu, you will also correct it directly in all the 36 postures, yeah? Because in the 36, I think we don't have a dingbu. Don't think so. Okay, so we start in a genbu, and now it's the exact same as in the beginning, just that I shift my weight while keeping the heel up. I don't take the heel down, yeah? So I do exactly this, shift to the left, shift to the right, and now I step forward into a gumbu. And then I open, the chain doesn't start in the shoulder. No, it starts in my center, telling my heel turn. And then it's my heel, knee, lower back. Yeah? Knee, heel, lower back, chest, shoulder, elbow, wrists. Boom. And the same way it goes out again. Bam. Yeah, so the chain movement, my point is now, you need the first thing that happens actually in this posture is my rear foot turns. Make space for the banmabu. And then all the rest follows the banmabu. And we are back in the genbu. And do exactly what you did. Right hand turns, circle to the left, pull to the right. And now left foot steps out while my arms are still on the belly. And now with the weight shift, my arms circle up, and with the turning of my pelvis, the arms circle out. So the arms and a clear delay to the legs. And then open the right heel, drop the shoulders, drop the elbows, and shift the weight back. And then bring the arms together, circle down on the right leg, open the left foot slightly and shift to the left, follow with the right, push out. And we're here again. Left hand circles down and around, in the other arm, down and into the center. And then step with the right foot out, hands are still on the pelvis, and we rotate to the left foot. Yeah, so our belly looks to the left. And then with the weight shift, the arms circle out, and the belly circles to the right. Stay here a moment. Create a nice round position, elbows round, wrist round, one hand over the other. Yeah, like this. Not too much forward, not too much backward, not on the same height. Like you carry a nice round big barrel. Don't bring the elbow higher than the wrist. Elbow's a bit lower than the wrist, but also not completely down. Both hands have a nice grabbing position, so not flat, not like this, nice and round, relaxed, opening and grabbing. And there's one hand space in between, not too close. To complete this shortly with the 6th step, I show you for each movement a small what to do. Yeah? Then it's also helping you again to understand why the hands like this, why the hands like this. Why the leg first and then the arms, yeah? Like there is of course all movement dynamics inside and principles inside, but also application ideas. So what we do here, the first movement, many of you know, is Tai Jin. It's one of the 8 energies. We will talk more towards the end of the season. It's a pulling exercise, unplugging the roots, yeah? We bring one hand under the elbow while the other pulls the wrist out. and then like this, I unroot his roots. Yeah, you see how he comes up here? Because I lock his elbow, I lift his shoulder, and high shoulder means always weak roots. Yeah, and then I can, with my center, move him around me. And this is the first movement inside here. This is why I go from here, boom, here, under the elbow, and I turn. Boom. Yeah? This is why the upper hand points up here, boop, and the lower hand will turn away from me. That's why we have this hand position here, very clear. And this is also why we have one forearm length apart. Not like this, not like this. Yeah? I know people that always do like this. They imagine very big, very tall opponents, yeah? Like with this long arms. Or other people fight really small opponents, yeah? Like this. No, you look always for your own, yeah? In Tai Chi we are our own opponents or partners to practice with. So we take our own forearm lengths, yeah? The wrist and the elbow. Here, this is a Lü. This is also very similar. It's a application where I start to pull my partner down into my center. Yeah? And this is why one hand has to point up, the other down. Sometimes it's also like this, yeah, that they look at each other, but it could never be like both look like up, from up to down, yeah? Because then I have no hold. Or both look up, then I also don't have no hold. Yeah? I need to secure both sides. The top and the bottom here in this case. And then I can use my center movement to push into the elbow. This makes it easy for me to break his structure, and when his structure is broken, whoop, I can stroke him through me. Yeah, and Lü is not really a pulling, it's more like a stroking, like brushing something around me. And here comes then the next part. This, yeah, again, if I stroke, whoop, I can grab his back and his leg and unroot like this, yeah, with this here. And this is also why, this is one option, yeah, that I go like this, in, why I go with the leg first, because I need first bring my leg behind him, then I grab, and then I use with the chain movement, unrooting. Yeah? And if I go all the way, he falls. Or also a way to use that is like this. Sorry. That I go with both arms in front of the other, and then the chain movement here, look, is what is unrooting him. Not because I lift him up, just because I do this. To the last one, here, also very important. We are in a contact, clinch maybe, and now I use the dropping of my elbow to open him here. If I do like this, he can just slip around me, underneath, boom, or over also. If I do this, look, suddenly he cannot go under me anymore, yeah, like down, because my elbow's here, yeah. And he cannot go up, because my wrist blocks him. And then I just open as much to make space. If I open too much, I have no defense anymore. But if I do the right opening, it's just enough to go in and push. And as you know, maybe from other seasons already, we never push linear. So we don't do this. Wow. It was more like a wall than I expected, yeah? Because like this, I just push against his force. Yeah? But if I push circular, I start to unroot him, and then whoop, he moves very easy. And it's not my arms pushing. It's not like I do like a push-up. But actually my arms don't push much. What is pushing? It's careful. Yeah. It's my center. I should just catch him, yeah? You just catch him and throw him back. We did one Tai Chi seminar, we did this like game, one pushed the person there, and the other pushed the person back, like playing ball.